A beautiful spot though, huh? Wow.
I can see a house site being here, you know? I mean, the best site I ever... Oh, we're rolling?
Yeah.
It's not too...
Yeah, so Billy said he's got a couple of different places checked today. One place is a foundation that had a lot of Civil War stuff around it, belt buckles and canteens and buttons. Apparently there was a Civil War veteran that lived there. And then he's got a cellar hole that he just got permission for. Has no idea if there's anything there or not. So it could be like just loaded with copper coins and reals, or it might just be full of old mushed up Budweiser cans. But we're going to check that place, the Civil War place. Billy has to leave a little bit early to go do some business today, and we'll keep digging. I think I haven't got my metal detector out of the truck, and Billy's already digging stuff. I'm so slow. What'd you get there, Billy?
Well, I got me a part of a harmonica reed.
A pot?
Yes, sir. If I miss that, how much else stuff did I miss?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
That's a nice little signal. So this is a big cellar hole, and there was a house here, of course, at one time. They put these big rocks in it. The field we're in, blueberry farm. These are little blueberry bushes, little low bushes. And they'll actually harvest blueberries out of here for the commercial market. This is a site that Billy's hunted over the years and found some really good stuff here. A lot of Civil War stuff too. Apparently the guy who lived here was a veteran. So he has a lot of buttons and stuff laying around. Billy was showing me this morning a really nice canteen that he found, Civil War canteen. It's missing the pewter spout, so we're going to kind of look around today, see if we can find that. He found it over there in a little other side of the house, so we'll poke around there for a few minutes as well. And I got to get digging because Billy's getting it all. Aren't you, Billy?
Getting it all.
All right, let's see one more target.
This one didn't sound as quite as promising.
No. What you got, Billy? A nail. Nice big old square nail. It looks like that's a horseshoe. That's a horseshoe nail is what that is. You can tell because of the shape of it. See how narrow it is? Wide that way. That's a horseshoe nail. So got more signals, huh? So it could be something good in there.
I think it's another piece of a nail. Another horseshoe one.
So, it's hard to see on that one. Guess you have to hit it with the detector again to see where the... Could be a button in there. Man, there's a lot of nails in here, huh? Is that a nail?
Another nail. A lot of nails.
Yeah. Let's see if we... Is a squeaker in there?
Gone.
Oh.
I think it was a nail on
nail, yeah. All right, let me get started. So before we get going, I just wanted to show you a little something here in the roadway. You look how dark the soil is right here. This is all like organic matter in the soil, making it dark like that, and just loaded with iron in here. Lots of little pieces of pottery that you can see, some shells. As you walk down through here with a metal detector, it's just completely nuts in there. But I didn't get any good squeakers because, of course, this area has been worked before. But I just kind of wanted to show you that. So down another 6 inches is a nice layer of artifacts that probably can't even hear from up here because there's so much iron. All right, let's get serious now. So I'm going to let you have a good listen to what it sounds like in here. 18 max today, 0 program, 0 discrimination, maximum sensitivity. I'm going to keep my headphones on, but hopefully you can hear this. Just loaded with iron. All those grunts, little pieces of nail. You can see there's lots of pottery and glass down here. A little bit of a squeak there. I might come back to that. But see, it's a lot of tin too, so... And tin can sound pretty good sometimes. Alright, I wanted to show you something over here I eyeballed as I was going along. And it is this piece of metal here. That's actually a knife. It's a little table knife right there. Would have had a handle on it. You can see where the rivet hole is right there. Yeah, so Billy thinks this house is probably gone by about 1870. So there's not a lot of more modern junk in here. And hopefully we'll find 1 or 2 good squeakers that they missed over the years. Just working the roadway here a little bit. And you can see there's a bunch of iron in here. Some nail, a lot of little nails. I guess you can see them everywhere. Do have a squeaker. That looks like it's probably some type of piece of coppery something. Yeah, that's it. I'm not sure what that is. Almost looks like a, I guess it's something that's folded over. I thought it almost looked like a Burnside cartridge, but Burnside carbine cartridge, but it's not what it is. But it's definitely a good squeaker. See, there's more nails. There's tons of square nails. Incredible amount of nails in here. But we're just going to, here's another piece. So that's the same thing. A couple of pieces of that in here. That's not a bad sign. I think if you just took the shovel, just kind of turn the dirt over, you'd probably find lots of stuff because you just can't hear through that complete carpet of nails that's going across the roadway right here. You see how dark it is going through there. I have a nice little signal in my hand. I don't think it's too big, but I don't know what it is yet. Oh, there it is right there. Some type of rifle or pistol cartridge. Close look out here. It's rimfire. Pretty good size rimfire. So that could date back to the Civil War era, or just a little bit after. Almost looks about the size of a Henry. Most Henrys will actually have a H in the middle. So let's go ahead and just clean it off just a little bit right there. I don't see any H. Henrys are actually a pretty small cartridge, but a Henry carbine was very technologically advanced for its time. They had them during the Civil War. They would hold like I think 17 cartridges that they could shoot at once. It was a lever action carbine, and but they weren't very big bullets by today's standards. You say you could load a Henry in the morning and shoot it all day. The soldier said that. Some type of like little caster, little wheel or something, I do believe. There's probably like a little axe one in there. Could be to a toy or like a piece of furniture or something. I'm not sure. One of the things, since I was talking to you about the Henrys and loading so many, holding so many cartridges, you got to remember the majority of the soldiers during the Civil War was still fighting with single shot muzzle loaders. And here you had units that were armed with rifles that you could shoot 17 times and reload almost as fast as you could shoot it. Just that short period of time, those few years between 61 and 65, warfare changed completely and forever. Look at this big old piece of iron back there. I don't know if it's a piece of a stove or what that is, but I'll throw it over here by the truck and we'll haul it on out of here. There you go. Hopefully I don't forget it. I'm heading back to the truck to drop off a jacket. And I think I got a little button down here. Could be a Civil War one too by the looks of it. What do you think? Think a Civil War? Could be a little eagle button, maybe. About the right size and shape. Nah, it isn't. Just looking at the back, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Civil War era eagle button, cuff button, or kepi buckle button would look like. But the front is smooth, so it's definitely not military. Still a nice little find. All right, this is a new spot. A beautiful spot though, huh? Wow.
Well, if
beautiful.
anything else, it isn't too hard on the eyes, is it?
Yeah, just like my friend Billy, Capt'n Billy.
Not too hard on the eyes.
That's right.
That right down by that apple tree right there was the best spot I ever hit. There was a colonial house there. I don't know why there wouldn't be another one here.
What'd you find down there?
1812 belt buckles, flat buttons, a lot of colonial coppers. You name it, everything. Shoe buckles, flat buttons, everything.
And
There's a big ditch there, and I didn't know who owned this. It turns out my buddy owns it. So I called him this morning, and he said, knock yourself out.
Sweet!
So we're going to knock ourselves out anyway.
So that kind of looks like the same type of little area, really. It's just down there, doesn't it? Like that little hill right there.
Point there.
Yeah.
If we don't do anything here, right up on the hill, there's a beautiful spot. I know this stuff. So
most awesome.
This is a long shot, but it could be a bonanza.
Did you say bonanza? It's like a chignanza.
Bonanza.
All right, Red, let's get to it. Just got my machine out, and Capt'n Billy's already tearing down across the field. So we better start tearing down across the field too, right? So kind of worked down from the truck, and very, very quiet in this field. A little bit of iron, but not very much. I did want you to get a little view of the area, and it's very, very gorgeous here. Just beautiful going out across there. I guess this is where they're dumping rocks in to try to keep the erosion down. What a neat place, huh? Yeah, that's what they're doing. You can see rocks rolling down just from us walking over here. All right, let's get back to digging. Thought we'd look at the little hornet's nest while we're here. Since we're not finding much, just a couple fired bullets so far. Anybody in there? Huh? Come on. Come see Uncle Bo. I think you're dead. Yeah, so that's a hornet's nest. And if you did that in the summertime, now you'd be running across the field with a whole swarm of hornets chasing you. And they're mean. So hornets are. All right. Yeah, we detected all across here. Very little iron, just a couple fired bullets. We're gonna go up on the hill near the trucks, check out that area, see if there could be a house up there. Then we're gonna hit the road, jack, if we don't find anything. All right, so we have moved locations again because there's hardly any signals in that field. I just found some shredded beer cans, and one aluminum like a grommet from a tent or something like that. This is a big cellar hole that Billy has found a lot of stuff around. And we have permission for this entire field, which is a blueberry field. But Billy was telling me that up over the hill, there's a point that goes out into the water there. And that there's a really old cellar hole out there, but it's really grown up. Said he's hunted a little bit, but it was just so thick that he couldn't really get around too much. I thought we would go that direction. Kind of work our way across the field off to that point. And maybe there'll be a Sam Squanch down there in the bushes. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Let's get to it. So I kind of zipped across the field really quick because it's loaded with can slaw. You know, chopped up beer cans and soda cans and stuff. Just really bad. And only problem with can slaw is it comes in all different shapes and sizes because it's, you know, shredded beverage cans. And so all those different shapes and sizes give you different readings. So you pretty much can only dig the really super high small readings that could be coins, or you just dig can slaw all day long. And that's pretty much what this field is. So we're just going to go down here and get out of the field where the workers weren't pitching their cans into the bushes, and hopefully we'll find something down here. It's supposed to be like Billy said, it's supposed to be a cellar hole down on this point somewhere, so we'll go look for it. Beautiful field, but man, I tell you, I hate can slaw. I'm just going to kind of walk down through here a ways. See if we just find a cellar hole and be done with it. It's pretty thick. See an apple tree down there. I'm thinking where that apple tree is the most likely spot as far as it being flat and a little bit of elevation. All tangled up. Oh, heck is the road right there. We're on the road. Alrighty. Usually the cellar holes that are in areas where they're not farming, you know, you can see that because they don't fill them in. Well, heck, even when they do fill them in up here, you can still see where they are. That apple tree's older than me, I bet. I'm not seeing any sign of anything yet, but doesn't mean it's not here. Another big apple tree. A little bit of hump of soil, hump of dirt right there, but a couple rocks. No obvious cellar hole. The thing is, some of these are the earlier homes, so this is supposed to be a really early one, may not have had a cellar hole. It might have just been a cabin sitting on rocks. Yeah, I don't see any holes in here. So, ooh, looky. Look for bottles. That's an old tea kettle. See the spout on it right there. Could be an old dump down here. Okay, I'll turn the machine on, see what we can find, and give it a few minutes. There's a fair amount of iron and stuff underneath this tree, but everything I'm finding is, you know, it's 1900s, and there's a lot of trash, like boots and other things. I think what we'll do is let's go down and get on the water's edge, and we'll look around, walk around, look for bricks and stuff. And same way with that point over there. There's a chance that the house has washed into the tidal area over the years. And if not, even they might have thrown the trash over the side, so we'll be able to figure out where it is easier than walking through here digging junk. Now that's pretty depressing. Yeah, okay. I thought I'd give it one more chance under the tree, but we're going to split from under the tree. Watch out for the walk down, the big reveal, and the oh, bricks. They look modern now. We're not too old. That's an old, yeah, that's terracotta pipe right there. Stuff they use for drainage, or some shingles, asphalt, probably asbestos shingles. So this is a dump down in here. All right, yeah, so this is good. So we'll kind of zip along the edges here, just walking, and see what we can see. I'm not even going to detect this because you can tell it's just a lot of modern stuff too. Maybe some bottles. Is that human? Probably a little seagull. All right, let me put you away for just a minute. If I see something interesting, I'll get you back out. So I've been exploring the water's edge here for about 20 minutes. I walked all the way around the point, metal detecting through here. I'm hoping to find some square nails or coins or buttons wedged up in these cracks, but there's absolutely nothing old. It's all modern stuff. I did want to, we still have a ways to go that way though. Did want to show you this though. You notice all these shells up here. It's like a pile of shells. You don't really see them over here so much. You don't see them over there so much. This is probably a small Indian shell midden where the Indians camped here. Not 100%. It could be European Americans that dumped this trash, the stuff here, but I suspect this is probably Indian. So we'll keep our eyes open for arrowheads and stuff too. You never know. Was this ore? Okay. You see a house over there in the point. That's close to where Billy found a whole bunch of really cool relics, World Rev War or 1812 war stuff, and buttons and coins. This is where we came down right here. So let's just walk this way. I think there's a good chance we could find an arrowhead in here or something. Oh, there's a piece of glass. Let's look at that. It looks older. How old that is though. A lot of this, I guess, is this fence wire. I've been finding tons of that, but no square nails, not yet anyway. All right, let's keep going. I'm not going to metal detect this area because of all the trash, modern trash. But when we get to those solid rocks, we'll check the cracks over there. See all the little shells up there. Man, this is this is pretty gunky down in here. But don't disappear. Why? You look at that. All right. Okay, I'm going to turn the machine back on, and we're going to go look for stuff in the rocks. This is kind of interesting. I'll point this out to you real quick since we're here. See how smooth these rocks are. You see there's like lines going this way. What causes that is, or was, glaciers. Of course, this whole area was covered with glaciers, and you know, a mile deep, a mile high of ice. And as they slide across the rocks, they take all the soil and stuff and move it away. And as they slide across the rocks, they kind of polish the rocks with the big, you know, the bedrock. And if they have smaller rocks that are on the bottom of the ice, it scrapes along and makes big scratch marks. Now, these aren't real evident right here, but we'll probably see some better ones, and I'll show them to you as we go around the edge, I hope. You see the glacier scratches a little bit better here. It's not like super good, but you notice all the scratches are going in one direction. You can see where this is actually gouged out here a little bit. So it's gouged down. All the scratches going that way. You can actually find rocks like this that will be like perfectly flat. on one side, and that's caused, it could be caused by, you know, being dragged across like this, and it just flattens it right out, and it could actually just turn the whole thing into dust. And we still don't have any square nails, pottery, or bricks or anything caught in these cracks, so I don't think there's a house above us, at least not right here. So I walked all the way around the tip of the peninsula, and there's just no iron or pottery or bricks or anything, so that's the area we came from. Kind of hauled myself up this little hill right here with using the trees. It's pretty steep. I didn't go too much further that way because I'm not sure how far the permission goes over. But what we'll do is we'll get up on top here and just cut across that way on top this time and go into the field's end. There's a chance maybe we'll see it up there somewhere. Whew, okay, let's get back at it. I kind of gave up on this place because of the can slaw. I was out there and the wind, it's really freaking windy too. But there's so much can slaw out there, it just, I think I'm gonna pass on it. Maybe we'll go back to that first place we went to. It's only about half a mile that way. I kind of like Gaspal. We're getting some pretty good signals there, so. Boy, man, it's tough, man. Kansas is tough. Back home in the apple orchards and peach orchards, you know, the workers, you know, they drink their beverages and just throw the cans down, and they get mowed when they mow the grass around the trees. They did that for decades, and so anytime you go to an orchard that might just be an open field now, there's can saw everywhere, so I've learned to hate it a lot. I won't hunt where there's a lot of can saw. I'm kind of wimpy that way. Okay, I'm gonna put you away. I think Billy's actually working his way back across the field, so I don't know what he's found, but I'm not gonna find anything here. I can already tell you that right now. All right, so we moved locations again, and we are at a spot that Billy's found a lot of stuff at. You can see the water's over here. That's Tidal. There was actually a Tidal mill here back in the 1700s. This belongs to a friend of Billy's. Big cellar hole right up there by that second apple tree right there. And we're going to zip around and see if we can find a few things. Billy has to leave early because he's going to go set those nets. But we have all day to search here, so let's get to it. Unfortunately, I just realized that my mic was unplugged, so I got a couple scenes where we found a few things, but there's no sound, so I'm gonna have to dub it. Billy found part of a shoe buckle and a nice big old dandy button, and I dug a piece of grape shot and a bunch of lead copper sheeting that might go on a boat or something. This is what I just dug, and I noticed that the mic was off, that it had come unplugged. And that's definitely a piece of grape shot, probably from the Revolutionary War era. Last year when we were here, or the year before, one of our friends, Celia, actually found a cannonball here about this big. So there's there's military stuff here as well as colonial. All right, sorry about having to dub it, and I'm going to go ahead and run those scenes right now, so you know what's going on, because it's going to sound a little funky. I'm going to get back to digging. This is the first find. Billy found a half of a colonial era shoe buckle. Pretty neat. Sorry if you can hear all the frogs in the background on this, but there's a lot of frogs out this time of year at my home. Giant bone could be a moose, part of a moose that they cooked up, or some type of sea mammal like a whale. We're not really sure about that. This is another interesting find. Billy has a brass square, it's like a big square nail spike with a round end that probably went to a ship. They made them out of brass so they wouldn't rust. Now, Billy's kind of showing us the tidal mill down there, and there's some type of building right where he's detecting. We're not sure what it was, but he has a really nice little find. And if we look close, we can see it's a big colonial era dandy button. A big flat button that would date from 1780s to around 1810. That's when they were in fashion. And here, Torin shows up. He was a little bit late this morning, but he's being his usual goofy self. He's a lot of fun. He's a really good guy. This is a really neat find. I believe this is going to be a piece of like grape shot from the Revolutionary War. I can't really tell right away because of the way it's rusted. So I went ahead and cleaned it up, and sure enough, it's perfectly or more or less spherical. And that's going to be a piece of grape shot. Like I said, Celia found a nice cannonball on this site.
last time I was there.
Thorn and I went ahead and we moved over into this thick stuff because he says there's another foundation over here. And I went by it. It's somewhere over right in there, and we'll look at it in a minute. But over in here, there's like a big trash dump. Well, they dumped their trash. You can see there's a bunch of oyster shells here, and there's broken glass and all kinds of stuff in here. I just found this piece of cooking vessel. I guess it's going to be a really good area. Look, some nice old apple trees in here. Thor just hollered at me, said there's actually another cellar hole over here. So let's just go over here and look at it real quick. These alders are pretty thick though. Work our way through here. There's room for two detect in here though. I hear him up in front of us. Wow. Get over here pretty quick.
I feel like you need like safety goggles.
Yeah, I know. I already got my eyes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one's right there.
Oh, I go by it?
Yep, you walk pretty fast.
Really?
It's a little one.
Oh, okay. I see it down there. This is really neat over here. I really like this a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like a small little village.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Oh, let's check this one out. Then we'll start digging. Yep, sure enough, there it is. That's part of a wood stove right there. That's the foundation. And it looks like they had a little channel cut out down here going down toward the water. That's probably, beaver trail or something right here. Wow, really cool, man. Here's some old bricks. That's probably rocks they piled so they get down to the water easy. All right, so I have a signal here. I can see the edge of it. I suspect it's going to be a spoon. We'll look at it together. Yes, indeed, it is a spoon. That looks like I might have whacked. We'll straighten it out. There we go. Little copper spoon. That's a nice big signal. Hopefully we'll find some nice large scents in here too. I have to take some of these jackets off too. We're out of the wood now, so it's a lot warmer. That's a cellar hole right there. I just want you to listen to the amount of iron that's in here. So it's a lot of iron. Not too many good squeakers yet. Well, maybe. There'll be something good in here. All right, now I gotta get serious. I'm gonna turn you back off. Nice screamer of a signal right here. 82, so that could be a large scent or a rifle cartridge. Because the rifle cartridge will probably be right on top, so hopefully it'll be moved. So if it's still there, we have a better chance. Oh yeah, still there, good. All right, let's pop a big old large scent out of here. What do you say? See it? Not yet. It's probably going to be in that loose stuff though. I suspect it's going to be a coppery thing. There it is. Is that a button? Nope, it's a rock. That sounds really good. Oh, there it is. I can see an edge. It's brassy, whatever it is. Square-ish. Oh no. Well, that's not a large that is a giant brass hinge. Boy, that sounded good, didn't it? Wow. Maybe the next one will be a Reservoir belt buckle. I don't think it's quite as old as Reservoir, but you never know. So I have another brassy signal, and it's right here. I don't know if that's going to, it looks like it might be a bull ring. I'm not sure yet. Nope, it's not a bull ring. This is a reins guide that will screw onto, horse tack or oxen tack, and reins would go through there. So that's a nice, decent, fine, big old brassy signal. I'd say post-Civil War on it though, but that's not going to slow us down. Got another nice big old brassy piece. I'm sure that probably goes on some furniture, some type of furniture or something. It's probably, I don't know, maybe it's part of a door or something. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to call it quits on this hunt. Getting tired of just walking through these alders. Actually laid down right there and had a little nap. And I'm going to go back to Buzzus camp, that little house we were hunting near. And we might get into something else a little bit later this evening, but I'm probably not going to be metal detecting. Might go look for some arrowheads or something. So hopefully we'll get a little video doing that. I'm tired of detecting. Let's see you on the next one.
She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets, she's